Good afternoon.
Well, you almost forgot where, yeah? So President Métis.
Never forget where.
Christ almighty, yeah. Oh, things go quickly. What's going to happen? I'm gone for a while. Anyways, okay, hello to everyone. Of course, that's listening to a special Métis Hour we have every Saturday for 2 hours, and that's 25 years in the making or more now. Probably 26. And, of course, the legendary Ray St. Germain still listening today. From his new home and up in the sky. And so it's say hi to you, Ray, and the show is still going on. So let's start off with a further condolences to Donna Ranville and Randy began his journey to his new home earlier this week. Our thoughts and prayers go to Donna and her family, of course, and Randy and his new pathway to his new home, and I'm sure it's swift and a better place by far than he was in when he left this world. So. And on birthdays, we have a happy birthday going to Keith 4G, who's celebrating his 47th birthday on Sunday, September 1st. Happy 18th birthday to go to Aiden Mayer, Minister Judy Mayer's grandson, who's celebrating his birthday on Monday, September 2nd. Happy birthday going out to Dave Gray, who's celebrating his birthday on Monday, September 2nd in Swan River. Happy 16th birthday going to the President's grandson, Ronald Chartrand. The Miracle Baby is celebrating his birthday on Tuesday, and also to my grandson, my first grandson, which is Trayden Chartrand. His birthday happened on Friday. So happy birthday to both. And, of course, my grandson is a Miracle Baby, and for people say, why you call him Miracle Baby? He has the same identical chronic illnesses and symptoms as of course, Jordan, which everybody knows about Jordan's principle now. Yeah. Well, my grandson was born with the same symptoms, same identical symptoms, and he's supposed to die at 1, survive, supposed to die at 5, survive, and then they projected any time soon. Now he's going on to his 16th birthday. Wow. So, yeah, it's a miracle baby. He's supposed to have not been with us this long, and so we're very, very proud that he stays around, and all the love he gets, and he knows. He may never talk and never walk and never cry. But when he's mad, I tell you that. Boy, he'll throw stuff around if he gets his hands on it. So, but anyways, I hope my daughter has a radio on, so happy birthday, baby Ron. Yeah. We still call him baby Ron. So, okay, greetings are going also to hello to Brody and Jada, two youngsters I met with Debbie Koppel at the Elders in Gathering. They wanted to take pictures with me, so it was great to see Brody and Jada. And then also got a tomato out there. Really? Yeah, and I still have it in right now it's sitting on the windowsill, and I'm probably going to eat it tomorrow morning. I've been letting it get a little riper and getting ready. So it's good to see youngsters wanting, they probably see me in the TV or see me in newspapers, and then they decide they want to, oh, wow, that's our president, I want a picture with him. So it makes, it feels great that the young kids are seeing me as their model or role model, and so I have to be careful how I speak and talk when I go places, because I want to hang around with the guys, and next thing you know, I'm starting to swear, so I got to quit hanging around those troublemakers. Anyways, I also want to say thanks to Ron and Diana Browash for the Blueberry Jam, and I hope they're listening. Of course, Ron has the same songs he sings to us occasionally, one about Riel. But Diana made some Blueberry Jam. Of course, they picked blueberries along with Lorraine out in Sense Lawn. And I was very proud to get them and bring them to me. And I haven't yet opened them. Of course, I'll cherish them. I made a bannock yesterday. I felt like just got back from Toronto and got home, and I was sitting there watching TV, and Laura was resting. And you know what? I want to do something. And I got up and made myself a bannock. I wasn't as happy as I usually. I actually make a pretty mean bannock. And I wasn't that happy with it. And I think it was either the flour, I just put too much water. I'm getting a little too cheeky with because I win a prize once, and the next thing you know, I become a champion. So, but it turned out okay. So, of course, it's edible and everything, so it tastes okay, but it's just not the kind of bannock I'd like to have made. So, and it could have been the new flour I used. It was kind of a no-name flour. I'm not sure, but I'm going to make one today again just to make up for that little mishap. I had it for toast this morning. Turned out good, so that'll go well with the blueberry jam. And also Donna Sinofsky, I want to thank her and Lori Hall for the beautiful cupcakes, which they gave to me to bring home, but I actually donated them to all the elders that were in attendance at the elders gathering in Selkirk, and we drew names for them, and they were absolutely well designed, well made. I'll tell you that. this is homemade, and thank you, Lori Hall, and the people are going crazy for him and all the elders, and they're just happy to be winning each of his beautiful buns. So what do you call them? They're little muffins, and the beautiful designs that are attached to it. And she also gave me a blueberry jam and honey that everybody dug into because it was Bannock being served at the elders gathering. Mm-hmm. And by the way, the elders gathering went very well and well attended by so many. A lot of people laughed, joked, the youth that were involved. At the same time, there was really interaction and talking with stories of the past, talking with stories of the future, and what's happening, from just going back 50 years, 60 years to now, and how things have changed so dramatically, and how things are going to continue to change, and how we need to prepare ourselves, but never forgetting, again, as my mom told me, we can do and so don't ever forget where you come from and who you are. So I never let the title get to my head or forget who I am. Mm-hmm. And I know I come from that day, and I grew up very poor, and my mom had a big heart, and so do we. So again, that's a lot of the discussions that happened there this week at the Elders Conference was so well liked by everyone. Everybody laughed. I laughed so much times myself, mm-hmm. and it was good to walk around, talk to the elders, and get talk to what some of the stories that even I remember back in that day. But I know Elizabeth and I was there, and her dad Weasel was very, very good to the young people. He was always, you go to his house. Never went to school a day in his life, and didn't like really store food. He liked wild food, but you go to his house. He'd always be outside in a big log. He made a fire by there all the time, and then kind of inside the bush there, and then you'd have a pot going of soup or stew or something going on, and he'd always feed you, and you'd sit down on the logs and talk about stories. And it was such a nice feeling to have that kind of discussion. And that was what kind of reminded me of what was taking place this week, and then seeing the trappers at the same time, all the fur and the different things. And the youth, they said, even went fishing, went catfish fishing in the Salt Creek. They got some big catfish.
Nice.
Dustin caught a few, so big monsters, ugly-looking things. But I'm not eating catfish. I don't know how it tastes, and people say that it does taste okay, but I've never tried it. But on another note, well wishes I want to give to Philip Beardy. Philip's from Cross Lake, and he was at the after the gathering with of course, my granddaughter was working for Billy Cross this summer, and Billy Cross is an MLA, NDP, and she's not a minister, but she definitely sits on some committees, and my granddaughter had the honor and privilege to work with her. She asked, my baby to go work, and my baby took the opportunity to go work there. And she learned a lot. She went door knocking and a bunch of different things. And so maybe one day you're going to be a politician, maybe in our family, and one day you'll lead the Métis Nation or help the Métis Nation some way to learn skills.
Aww.
So she went out, and then she did the emceeing at the event, and I was very pleased to see that. She did very well. Which I call Mark, my brother Mark, he stood up. He couldn't believe how calm she was emceeing, and how she was so confident in the way she delivered her messages and her emceeing, and so
That's
she turned
awesome.
out very good. Oh, very good. I tell you, it was at the Aldi Inn Express, and anybody wants a gathering, go to Aldi Inn Express. I tell you, man, they made a good prime rib there. Oh, that was delicious. I'm telling you, just the crispness around the prime rib.
Nice.
You had beef for supper, mm-hmm. and it was it good. So you want a gathering, go to Aldi Inn, and in fact, that's where Derek and Candace are getting married, at the Aldi Inn Express.
Oh.
And I hope they cook out. They serve prime rib, and that's coming up soon, their wedding. But I want to say congrats again, one more to Philip Beardy again, as he had a triple bypass. He's from Cross Lake. After the event, the guy said, let's go stopping at McPhillips. I haven't been Phillips in probably, a couple of years. So he said, let's go stopping there. So we went there, and Philip was putting the machine by me, and he wanted to introduce himself and wanted to come say thank you. And he said he was very proud of the Métis and very proud of my work that I've been doing. And he said he's just a big fan. So, Philip, thank you very much for his kind words, and wish you well in your continued healing of your triple bypass surgery. I'm sure things will be looking out well for you. You'll be able to go home soon. Okay, now next, congratulations to my nephew, Thomas Bronto, who is being part of the cast of Nobody 2. That's a movie, because the movie first came out, Nobody 2 came out now. Mm-hmm. And there's Sharon Stone and all the rest of them starring in there, and I think they were somewhere in Gimli or somewhere in Interlake. They were somewhere out there anyway. But they were in Winnipeg also, and Tom was one of the cast members.
Oh, neat.
I guess he applied for one of the roles, and he was a bodyguard. And I don't know if he does anything besides look big and tough, or does he? I said, make sure you use your eyes or something to give us hints that you're sending us messages. If you don't let you talk.
Blink twice. And
and I said, don't try to even make a move to Sharon Stone either. You might get slapped over there, so stay away from there. So anyway, so kudos to him. Very proud of him, and I'll actually definitely go see the movie when it comes out in '92, and I'll definitely see my nephew is standing there, big burly guy, and being the bodyguard of one of the main characters.
Yeah.
Also, happy anniversary is going to Will Goodon and Kelly Sandra. We're celebrating their 28th wedding anniversary on Sunday, September 1st. So kudos to you, Will and Kelly. And
congrats,
a good one. 28 years they've been married. So,
awesome.
Of course, Kelly's a professor at the University of Brandon, and Will is a minister of housing and also leads many other files in our government. So, and he actually started working with me in 1996 and 97. Yeah. But anyways, going back to other business events, we had the grand opening of the Mazoon. It's coming up. That one, Edison in Mazoon, is coming up quick. I keep on reminding our people to start planning to look into the MMF website because Mazoon into Edison and the Chief Manor are coming. And the Chief Manor, of course, is where our people will be able to have a place to stay, which they can definitely afford. And then Edison is Mazoon Infinity, and that's for youth that are aging out of child and family, that they'll be staying there. That's going to be grand opening, I think, September on that one, and the other one, I think, is November or October.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's beautiful, 2 big apartment blocks. That's coming up. So kudos to Will Goodon and Francis Chartrand and the rest of the team and Health that are working on these files and making them reality. And I know a lot of people are going to definitely look forward to having that special place to call home and a place that they can afford and a place that they take care of themselves while their loved ones are in hospital or while they're here themselves to go see. Because there are a lot more people coming for dialysis and so forth to Winnipeg, and then they're stuck now because they can't drive or they, obviously their health's not the best, and so the family always in our culture hangs together, and so they have a hard time getting hotels sometimes or finding affordable hotels. So we're trying to make sure our place is affordable and a place that people can call home all the time. So we also opened, of course, the new child care center in St. Boniface, and that was a well-attended event, and I was very pleased to be there and be part of it. Of course, Mr. Chartrand's her 8th child care center. She's open now,
wow.
And so that's big kudos. There'll be 40 spaces. In fact, Naomi, all of them are filled already, and you wouldn't believe the 40 spaces gone full. There's 300 and something waiting already.
That's the state of daycare. Yeah, there's none out
unbelievable. How do people go to work, right? They don't have childcare.
Yeah.
So, but we checked out of 300 and something in the waiting list in St. Boniface. Over 200 of them are Métis families. So we have to look at whether we build a second one there. But the problem with, not the problem, the challenge you face in building a daycare center, you can build a building. Building's easy to build. The part is to have the actual staff available to work in there because there's certain criteria, very specific criteria, in fact, that you have to have so much workers per children in the class. Mm-hmm. And, of course, there's different age groups and different challenges and structures that come with it. So, and then the hierarchy of the senior level of management, you have to have that too. And that has to have quite a number of years of schooling attached to it. So getting the child care centers, I think, for the province faces the same challenge. And our municipalities, some of them are trying to go in the child care world. And but you go in that field, it's very challenging because even the one, the POW opening, and I'm hoping I sent a message loud and clear to our elders, our parents, get your kids out there to go and take a career in the child care field, and you have a guaranteed job at the Federation, you have a permanent job at the Federation, and not only us, you'll have a choice of different centers you can work at. So there's good pay, we have good pension, all these things that are attached to it, and so of course the one we're opening in St. Boniface, we will have enough staff. The POW, we're still worried that we will eventually have, but again, it's getting there. So if we build a 9-1 tomorrow morning, and taking a year to build it probably, do I have enough workers? I need probably sometimes 12 permanent staff inside there, plus you need term and part-time. So it becomes very challenging. So and it takes 18 months to get the course. or 2 years in school. I met somebody that's taking a program 2 years. I think they're going to. I think it was. Can't remember now who told me that. Unfortunately, I have staff usually around me, but I don't see my report here. But one of them I know is taking childcare. They're going to graduate in a couple of years. And I said, you make sure you come work for us right away because they're Métis, so come work for us. We'll be waiting for you. So, but again, going back to the St. Boniface one, it's beautiful inside there. I was so proud as a Métis leader to see that daycare center. Mm-hmm. And it's not far, of course, from L'Oreal's gravesite. And it is named after L'Oreal. And Shirley did as elder, Shirley Langan did a beautiful prayer on behalf of the children and behalf of just the message. Kevin Lamoureux from Canada was there, and Nello was there, Altamore, the Management Minister. And, of course, MLA Robert Louisel was there also. So, and again, my ministers were all there. Will Goodon, Anita Campbell, Andrew Carrier, Dave Boudon, Peter Fleming, Jones Dew, and, of course, Minister Chartrand. So it turned out to be a beautiful day, but a beautiful event. So summer employment, again, it went very well this year. I'm very proud of the amount of people that were working. I think we surpassed. John Fleury is the minister of that file, and he said we surpassed, I think, the numbers. We invested, I think, $3.5 million, and we had about 400 students hired for the summer across Manitoba. So very proud of that. Yeah, good numbers, Naomi, good numbers. You know, we were all young at one time, and, you know, you get a job at that time, you know, it made you feel so good, you know, because you get a paycheck, you get some money in your pocket, you can go buy some new clothes, you know, some new stuff you want to, like computers and stuff like that you can afford now. Yeah. It's such a powerful feeling it gives you to get that job and have a paycheck. So those 400 kids that we hired throughout the summer, I tell you, they were ecstatic and very proud to be representing. I think the Infinity Woman also hired 57 for their side, and youth, Métis youth, female youth. Nice. So, yeah, I know, beautiful, good for them. And again, there's a great feeling. Now, of course, we're getting ready for post-secondary education coming up, and we give $5,000 to all our children that go to school. And we also try to encourage them, make sure you apply for the bursary fund, and we'll supplement the rest of it to make sure you get the $5,000. But we want to make sure, because we created a L'Oreal bursary fund now is worth about $30 million. We created in universities, and the interest we earn from there is substantial. And so we're trying to make sure, but the amount of kids that are applying now is, I think we're at 1,600 now. Wow. University kids, that's powerful. Yeah. For to see that in Manitoba alone, that 1,600 kids are applying for the $5,000, and they're all Métis citizens. And so I'm very, very proud, and I'm sure the parents and everybody else is as proud as I am to see so many of them. That there'll be leaders tomorrow. Those are the ones that are going to be taking on the jobs, whether it's in hospitals taking care of us, or in businesses running them, or just in everyday construction or plumbing or electrical, all kind of fields. So those are the people we'll be counting on, and many will be counting on to take on the responsibility of serving us in different ways. So kudos to all those students going to college and university. This is just university right now, this $30 million fund. In college, we have another big giant fund that we fund directly. But now, don't forget, season of hunting is coming around. There's a lot of people getting itchy now. Yeah. Pretty soon we'll be hunting ducks and geese. It's too soon right now. You got to wait because they still have pin feathers and the rest of it, and you got to give them time. And we get ready, of course, to prepare ourselves to harvest and make sure we go out and do our best to harvest safely, and at the same time make sure that when we do harvest, that we're protecting and looking also at safety around you. Be careful where you aim, where you shoot. Make sure there's no people or houses or anything near you, even though you're on Crown lands. Make sure it's safe all the time. Yeah. So always protect that. So again, for harvesters, make sure you share your good, successful hunt with elders and families that probably can't go out and hunt. Single mothers that still want to eat traditional food. That may need support. They're not going to jump in a boat and go out and hunt or stay in the field all day. So if you have a chance, pluck them and deliver them. Some people are telling me, a lot of people are saying, no, I don't want one. I don't eat duck anymore. I don't eat geese anymore. That's quite unusual. I don't know why that's changing. I think the stores are spoiling our people in many ways, the fast food stores. Yeah. And taking away that traditional food, because you can't beat that food. I tell you, you can't beat the taste and and the healthiness of the food, right? So,
Yeah.
and like duck soup, you get a good bannock for sure. If you have duck soup, you know there's a bannock coming with it. So,
That's true.
you always be prepared for that. So, but also moose hunting is coming,
Yep.
and we're getting prepared. We have private lands, of course, for harvesting that we had purchased, and you have to make an application. Even though you're a Métis citizen with a harvester card, you still can't just go on that land, even though it's owned by the Métis government. You got to make an application, and so many harvesters are allowed in there at each time. And then when their turn is gone, a new group goes in and they harvest a particular area. So we're fundamentally making sure that conservation is, our elders told us, is fundamental and is a priority. So we make sure that that's part of it. So also in the ducks and Porcupine Mountain, we're supporting the province, working with the province, and ensuring conservation is fundamental. As you hear that, there's a big discussion today. And there's 23 licenses in partnership with the province that we will be turning over to our harvesters. They have to apply for it. And again, this time there'll be no harassment from conservation officers, nobody trying to charge you or make you feel that you're a criminal or guilty. So that's what happened to me out there. And I try to warn that young man. I said, you should check with your government first.
Yeah.
Don't try to charge me. But he was adamant. He wanted to charge me. He really wanted to charge me. And so I don't know what obviously it was intent. I think I was targeted clearly for that reason, to try and make it a political issue, because without doubt we have harvesting rights in that area, and we already proved that with the province. Their legal team, our legal team, I'm talking over 10 years ago already did this. So from my perspective, I don't know why they did it. I think they're trying to create, because there's a strong push right now by the Manitoba Wildlife Federation. Mm-hmm. They're trying to say that they should have the same rights as First Nation and Métis in Manitoba. Yeah. And we're telling point blank, both myself and the First Nations, I'm sure, are loud and clear on this. Our rights are protected in the Constitution. We have a special place in this country, a special place in the Confederation, a special place in the Constitution. And there's a reason for that. There's a purpose for that. So for the Wildlife Federation saying, well, we are Manitobans, we're Canadians, we should have the same rights. Well, you don't have rights, you have privileges. You have a privilege to use the natural resources in this country and in this province, but you don't have the rights as protected in the Constitution for individuals. So I know they're taking on the province, they're taking them to court. So I'm sure the province will do well, and we might intervene on that case yet. We're looking at it, but it's quite a challenging issue. I see that Cross Lake has also made a move. They're suing the province on issuing some licenses in that area because they believe the moose population has dropped too dramatically in the north, in that particular location, and they want to stop issuing outside non-Indigenous license at this time. So that case is going to be, of course, moving its way toward the courts eventually, and we'll see where that goes. But again, you can see there's a fight starting to brew between Indigenous and non-Indigenous. At one time, I've seen an attack by Nelson House against us, which was quite surprising. Because there actually was a Métis community by Nelson House. They said there's none. There's a big sign, a green sign, says, but Métis community, and then says Nelson House. But aside from that, it's not about a community. It's not about a site. It's about a crown land. It's about the province. It's about natural resources in general. It's not about a little location somewhere on the map. And that's the danger. So if some people goes down that road, they can get themselves or even tie them. Like a good example, Nelson House says, this is our territory, this is our land, this is where we harvest. What happens when you decide to go hunt in Duck Mountains or porcupines? That means you can't hunt there? Is that what you're saying? Or you're telling your people they're limited to their jurisdiction now? I think that's not the right approach. I think First Nations have the right to hunt in crown lands anywhere in the prairies. So that right is theirs. They want that in the Constitution. And so that right also pertains to us. We have the right that's no lesser than First Nations. So unfortunately, whoever guided that chief to make that direction misguided the chief. But they could do what they want, say what they want. That's their prerogative. But my view is that there's got to be a partnership between our futures, between First Nation and Métis, how we coexist, co-share natural resources. We need to work together on conservation. You see Cross Lake being very concerned? Well, they better be concerned because the more and more harvesters that come, and if we don't have conservation and rules attached to it, you're not going to have nothing to protect. You're not going to have nothing to claim as yours. And the next generation, when 20 years from now, 30 years from now, they'll be saying, well, what did you do to protect us? What did our ancestors do? What did our leaders do? They gave it all away. They shot it or they lost it all. So again, from that perspective, that's why in our laws, we have written laws for a reason. And conservation is so important. Our elders said that's the number one issue. Protect the future before the next generation, they can enjoy the same thing they're enjoying today. So that's an important aspect because hunting's coming with ducks and geese. And also at the same time, harvesting is not just about hunting big game. It's not just about hunting birds. There's also wild rice. There's blueberry picking and all the rest of it, all these things we're reviving our trapping industry. And MMF now buys fur, and we are buying it at good price. And it's helping the natural wildlife at the same time because they're overpopulating. Like beavers really don't have too much enemy but man. So, but if they continue to overpopulate, they'll damage all the creeks. And where does our fish spawn? They got nowhere to spawn. If the beavers block it all, then our fish will be hurting strongly. So it's got to be cool, working together with the animal, with natural resources, at the same time with nature. And that's why we revive the trapping because our artisans need the fur to do their designs and their work. So again, that's important to recognize. And it's important that we continue to work together as First Nation and Métis, that we coexist, co-share our natural resources, and make sure that as we move forward together as Indigenous people, we look towards not only the past, we look towards the future. And there's got to be something for the next generation to enjoy and protect and share. But it's unfortunate the Manitoba Wildlife Federation is taking a very adversarial position. Mm-hmm. They want to really fight between. They want it to be a race war. They want to be non-Indigenous people, and I'll just use the word language white people fighting against Native people. That's what they're trying to do, and they're trying to use that with their base. And we have big numbers. There's so many of us. I don't care how many of you there are. Rights are rights. Law is the law. And unfortunately, they want to start something bigger, and they want to fight between themselves and us. But be prepared. We don't walk away, nor will we give up. There's no way in hell. Those days are gone. Back in maybe in 1870, you outnumbered us. In 1885, you outnumbered us in the wars we fought. But you sure as hell not going to outnumber us now, or outperform us, or outbeat us now. We have a big population and a very skilled population, and we'll take on anybody at any time, anywhere. So, but again, it doesn't have to be that way. I think you got to be respectful. I do believe that non-Indigenous people should have the right to harvest because a lot of them do like eating wild meat. Mm-hmm. For example, deer. I don't eat deer that often, but again, it's based on partnership, respecting the laws of Indigenous people, the constitutional rights of Indigenous people, and working in partnership with the province. So if they do it that way, they may have a chance to find a working relationship. But if they do it adversarially, where they want to threaten us or go to court or fight us or threaten us with language that they put out, then so be it. We'll prepared to take that fight on. Just like you'll see in a paper today, I have a full-page ad on the leader of the Conservative Party, Wayne Ilasco. He wrote an article in the Clarion, I think it's called the Clarion, the local paper, talking about, you can see support to Manitoba Wildlife Federation and speaking truly against, in many ways, against Indigenous rights, harvesting rights I'm talking about. And I was quite disappointed in him. And so I wrote a full-page spread today in the Free Press. You'll find it there. And correcting him about history, correcting him about law, and just educating him at the same time. He knows, I'm sure he's got people around him that advise him. So they're skipping that legal advice or constitutional knowledge he should have, and just make. And he's doing the same thing as Palliser did. He tried to create a race war, and that's what they're trying to do again. So Wayne wants to take that position. That's the view of the Conservatives, and the Conservatives and us will have some heated battle. It wasn't the position of Heather Stephenson when she tried to make a relationship with us. So obviously Wayne is taking his advice from somebody and saying, I'll support the Wildlife Federation. They're a bigger population. Let them vote. And I want to get their vote on my side and tell with the rights of the Indigenous people. That's really the message. So we read that spread if you can, Naomi and Cowboy, and you'll see what the message is from us.
Yeah.
And it's in a Free Press, a full-page article. Okay, with that being said, I'll say goodbye. And again, thank you all listeners for supporting us. And again, for all the elders that came in. And Greg Ballmer, thank you for your son taking us out to fish there during the elders gathering. And again, it was great to see so many. Of course, the mayor, Larry Johnson, I can't say enough of him. Métis mayor, and he's got our flags flying everywhere in every post in Selkirk. And it's so important to see that. And Alfred did a great job as the minister responsible for that file, and of course everybody knows him as Bucky, and he did a great job as the minister. So again, there was a lot of fun, a lot of activity, a lot of music, a lot of bannock making and storytelling, and the list goes on. So there's so much happening in the Federation. I just can't even touch the surface. I'm only touching the surface right now. But harvesting's coming up. Get everybody to get prepared. Make sure you got your sticker and your card. Make sure you're preparing. We got some fish, by the way. We did not have a good fishing trip as we planned. We came back from Cranberry. We still got about 100 bags of fish for elders. We use rod and reel, but we had motor problems. I had motor problems with my boats, and it was just a challenge. And some people were saying, and to Derek Danielson, who's from Cranberry, and he's took it. Of course, his family. His dad is Kenny Danielson, every man on the show all the time. But Derek them took their treaty through their mom's side many, many moons ago, and so they're not being harassed or charged. They're harassed. They're still being harassed by conservation officers, but they don't charge them because they know they'll lose right away. So, but some gentleman went up to him when they were getting ready for a camp and saying, "Yeah, David's coming out here. He brings 14 boats. He's killing all the cows and calves and the moose. I haven't shot a moose in probably, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years. I don't shoot a cow and a calf." And so somebody just spreading nasty rumors about me over there, and I just can't believe it. I guess that's the way they decide they want to make somebody look bad, is spread nasty rumors and tell me to my face, because I'll definitely confront you directly that that's a bunch of bullshit they're spreading. Like I said, I quit. I even said this on the show several times already for the last several years. I just lost the drive like I used to have going up in that bay and hunting, and I used to just look forward to it. I don't have that anymore for some reason. Maybe it's old age. I don't know what it is. But I still make sure that we go out and harvest, and we bring moose meat, and I don't hunt deer. So we go out and kill moose if we have a chance, and we only take one based on our law. That's all we can have, but we give it all away to our elders. So I don't kill cows and calves, and people are spreading rumor and Cranberry. Keep it to yourself, because it's a bunch of bullshit. And people listening to it, tell them it's a bunch of bullshit. Because you know me, I would not be doing that. And I even said in the show for several years now, I haven't shot a moose in ages. I don't intend to shoot one tomorrow either. If I go out there, I'll be helping the harvesters that are going to take that moose, and I'll be helping cut it all up, package it all up, and take it to our elders and to our mothers. Okay, with that being said, I'll talk to you guys next Saturday. Take care, everybody, and keep up the good work.
Okay, take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye now.